we got to this point through a process of ideas that were delivered through certain individuals to society. These ideas were at the beginning nothing more than systems of belief, and as we've discussed, where knowledge ends, belief begins, and yet that tool, the most important tool, the chisel that carves out humanity, is what you said earlier, that belief is an instrument for the creation of reality. And we got here through these systems of belief. And what is it that gives us hope for a better future? It's belief. What is it that makes people vote in the madness of political campaigns? It's belief. What is it that takes you personally to the next level? Usually a form of self-belief. And without this belief, there's no way to build anything.
Yes. Nothing is possible without belief. Nothing in your life is possible without your personal belief in possibility of the future.
And
belief is key word. Belief is key. Not the only instrument for creation of reality, but is the most important, or the very important instrument. There are some other instruments, I think. For example, thoughts.
Belief is like a bridge connecting different islands of thought together. Where we make the connections, we build. And
belief is like a bridge between reality, between present reality, and between new created reality.
Yeah, if we consider a model where the past is dead and is not considered, then it is belief which changes the future or propels people forward with a certain level of energy and enthusiasm to try to affect the future in a different way. And I think we all struggle with the principle of belief because it's so unique and it's so personal and it's so much in our heads. It begins as an intangible process that we can't really put our finger on and is very difficult to explain to other people usually. And it's part of the fire of creation. That which we believe we can do or talk about, we speak into existence. I can feel a chapter developing here.
Another chapter of books.
Another chapter of the book. Yeah, keywords. Keywords. I mean, because it's intangible, yet you can talk about it. And you can say to someone, you can ask someone, hey, do you believe in this? Or do you believe in me? Do you believe in my ideas? Do you believe in my philosophy? I mean, as a person who builds a business or who is building a business, I need people to believe in my business. I need people to believe in my work. I need people to believe that the direction that I'm going in is the right direction. I need to believe that the direction that I'm going in is the right direction. It's a key question to ask someone. Do you believe in the thing? Because if there's no belief, it's a hard, high mountain to climb. In fact, if you don't believe in something, you're probably not going to do anything. I wonder how many people in the world suffer from a lack of self-belief, causing all kinds of bad things to happen, or even worse, things to not happen that should happen. A certain powerlessness. If you don't have belief, you are trapped, powerless within the systems that surround you.
But there is another idea that when or where knowledge ends, there belief starts, there belief begins, and when beliefs ends, their knowledge begins again. There is new knowledge, there is transcended knowledge, there is
You're talking about the process of a cycle there, because
yeah.
because if you say to me, hey, there's a Ferrari parked outside, and I say, I don't believe you, and we go outside, and there's a Ferrari parked outside, then what I thought was your belief and was my disbelief then becomes knowledge. So it's part of the journey, I suppose.
It's everlasting cycle.
Growth.
Growth cycle on spiral. This is the process of growth. I know, I have knowledge, and I believe, and then I have new, bigger, larger, transcended knowledge, and then I again believe, and I go far and far, and forwards, and my consciousness, my knowledge is bigger and bigger, thanks of creation, thanks of believing.
Yeah, thanks to our belief, we grow. It's a classic example of the yin and the yang. It's a classic example of the tangible and the intangible. That
The belief is key. You remember Bible verse where Jesus says, "Your belief healed yourself." Not me, your belief. I added, not me, your belief, yeah? But Jesus said, "Your belief healed yourself." He said it to blind men who started to see again after meeting with Jesus. So belief is the key instrument, maybe the most important instrument in process of creation. Probably we are very right place.
Well, we then have to go to the dictionary of etymology, and I guess it's checking out the verb first, believe, and seeing where that goes. Believe is an Old English word, Mercian, Northumbrian, West Saxon, Proto-Germanic, connections with to hold dear or to love, ultimately a compound based on Indo-European, to care, to desire, to love. See the noun belief. Belief, care, desire, love. Belief used to mean to trust in God, while faith meant loyalty to a person based on promise or duty.
It's a very good explanation to trust to God, because the God is the principle of creation too. It means when I believe, I use the God's instrument of the creation, and I will obtain new reality as a result of my creation, as a result of my trust in God.
It's also mental acceptance of something as true. Now, there's a keyword, acceptance. Mental acceptance of something as true. Because if you cannot accept or receive something, you cannot grow. It's very, very similar to the fact that if you can't give, you are also not going to grow. It is mental acceptance is basically just saying keep an open mind about the world. Acceptance of the truth. Belief is a process through which we learn to accept the truth. It could be defined in that way. But that's not the only way.
the process of acceptance of truth. Yeah.
Yes, or the mental acceptance of something that is true. And then, of course, you've got the, what level of truth are we talking about? Are we talking about universal truth or truth in society or personal truth? And I think it's the universal level of truth. Oh, that has given you something to think about.
Yeah, yeah. It's a very, very nice chapter of the book.
Yeah.
It would be. It could be.
Yeah, and then you have to find examples, practical examples of how belief can expand your horizons or limit them. And how here we get to the business concepts, the limited and the limitless, right? For growth, you have to be limitless in a universal scale. Of course, some things are limited. Time is limited, life is limited, special offers are limited.
Mhm.
So, yes, something to think about.
The people are trapped in the thoughts of in the limited thoughts, in the limited spaces, in the limited cages, in, and the limit is connected with fear. Fear creates limits.
A lot of the time, yes. Although it's not a bad thing to know some of your own personal limits. But in general, you're right. Although you don't want to jump out of a plane without a parachute, right? You, if you jump out of a plane without a parachute and you believe that you are going to be okay,
But
that's
luckily, often it often happens that uh, that that unbelievable things happen. Luckily, the God is so loveful and so compassionate with us that he and she allows uh, to happen things that we don't believe. Luckily.
yeah, unbelievable, but not impossible. Oh, we're getting into dangerous waters with language and words and ideas crossing over here. Um, the unbelievable can happen, but the impossible can't.
Try to find the real meaning of the word impossible.
We'd have to go to possible, and we'd have to check the
Yes, what it means possible.
possible. I think possible would be something similar to real. Or POSS depends on the possible as
Poses. What it means, poses.
to be able to do something possible. Yeah, but that's potent. Condition of being possible. Possibly. Impossible. Weakened sense of accomplished. From posse, Old French possible, directly from Latin possibilis. That can be done. from be able, root in potent. Potent usually means strong, powerful, powerful, potent. As in potent. Potent as in potion, as in magic.
Again,
We're
we are here
back.
again.
Yeah, we're back in the esoteric world, right? So possible is from potent, potion, magic, and we are never ever that far away from the the magical world of the stagecraft of language, the grimoire and the
Yeah.
magic spells.
One sentence I remember: everything you can imagine is possible.
It's Picasso, no?
Yeah.
Something no, I don't
I
know.
don't
So
know who
something in the back
who
of
is the
something in
author.
the back of my head said that was Picasso. Little voice in the back of my head. Could be completely wrong. Could have been 1,000 people throughout history. Maybe it was Mickey Mouse. I don't know. Something in the back of my head said
I don't know.
Picasso.
I no. I think
Everything,
this is the
everything
right
that
explanation of this principle, how it
well,
works.
it's yeah, well, everything that you can imagine is real.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a that's a rabbit hole for Alice to disappear down.